Stand by for ludicrous speed.
Okay, my dear Greg Saunders.
Gregory.
Eagle looking great. Your go.
Greg Saunders.
Greg Saunders.
Greg Saunders!
Wow. Hey, great.
Good. I got it.
We interrupt this sound file to bring you a terrifying announcement.
Are you aware that you're leaking coolant at an alarming rate?
Show us the skills that have made you a media darling.
Well, I'm glad we got all that out in the open.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Saturday Morning Stateline Show.
I'm here. I'm just stalling, Tom. I'm just. What if I remove that? What if I remove this? What if I change that? Maybe if I said something like, let's say, hey, just understand this, folks. It's not your money. It's just your turn to play with it. My name's Greg. He's Tom. It's your Saturday morning Stateline show. How you doing, buddy?
I don't get entirely. I'm good. I don't get enough times to play with the money.
I know.
That's the problem.
Give me more time.
Always last, you know.
Give me more time to play with the money.
That's right, man.
Your microphone. We're having fun with your microphone this morning.
Is it better now or worse?
It's back to where it starts good and then it fades as you continue to talk. It's really weird.
Okay.
It's really, and it's okay.
Okay, I'm getting it.
The quality's good. At some point, we probably need to get you a USB hardwired microphone that's right in front of you, so it's all consistent.
Yeah.
Which this is not, by the way. For those who are wondering, this is not a USB microphone. This is actually a legit studio microphone that's wired into a powered mixer, and the powered mixer is feeding two computers. It's feeding the one that you're listening to, watching, and enjoying, hopefully, on YouTube. And it's also feeding into a laptop because we've done this show for most of 2020. We did this show on Facebook Live. So that's where we kind of gathered most of our audience, kept most of our audience from our WROK radio show. So thank you to those on YouTube Live who are watching right now. We're streaming on there again, really with the intent of saying, hey, come join us on YouTube And let's see, can I do this? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to get us over. I have a link on our Saturday Morning Stateline Show Facebook page to our YouTube channel. And that's where we're hoping you'll join us, like and subscribe, and watch us live every Saturday morning at 8 or whenever it's most convenient for you, which is the beauty of doing the YouTube thing, the podcasting thing on YouTube. You can watch it whenever you want and at whatever speed you want. I like watching long videos at like 1.2 or 1.5 the speed, so I can watch them quicker. as long as the talkers are not talking way too fast, you can follow along, and it's a good thing. So yeah, so join us on both, but mostly on YouTube for the show. Some shout outs and some congratulations this morning, as I've kind of gotten in the habit of doing here recently. I want to give a congratulations shout out to Bella and to Rachel, first time home buyers who got homes under contract here in the last week. Very excited for them. One had their inspection already. Boom, boom, boom. That's going great. The other one needs to get an inspection this week. Hopefully that'll go well. But inventory continues to be crazy, radically low. If you know of anybody who's even thinking about selling, please look us up, soldontony.com. Our team would love to help you sell your home and help you find and buy your next one, even if it's not in Rockford or Boone, Ogle, Winnebago counties. We've got an awesome network of agents all around the nation. So yeah, let us know if you are making a move. We would be glad to help you out. Why don't we do this, Tom? Why don't we get right into the big number of the week and then do our chatting?
All right, sounds good to me.
Because
Sorry, I was just taking care of business from earlier. We have, for people that don't know, we're both messing around with our audios and videos and such like that. So we didn't get as much accomplished, and I just got a text that I had returned.
Cool. No worries. All right, let's see. And yes, and before.
And by the way, how's the video now? Is it better?
Well, now that your hat's on, the glare stopped, so that's.
Oh, thank you. No, the video though. I mean, not the video. I meant the audio. I said video, didn't I?
Good. In fact, I'm gonna nudge up.
I went into my settings and
there you go. I'm gonna nudge up your the overall output just a little bit because you're not as loud as you were before. So there we go.
Okay.
And before we get too far,
raise my output a little bit.
A happy birthday. Our youngest child had a birthday yesterday, Tom.
Noah. Let me guess, 19.
You are right. That was last year. Noah is the big 2-0 now. We are no longer parents of teenagers.
Wow.
And for those who are longtime listeners, viewers of the show, know that I have 6 kids. And yes, this very, very young face right here has 6 children. And now none of them are teenagers anymore.
Here's the story of a man named Greg.
Yeah. I should probably do a parody of that song because I could do it. That's.
You really could.
I could do that. So yeah, Noah celebrated his 20th yesterday, and he's a great guy. We took him to this new place. Have you been to the Cherryville Mall and the new arcade?
No. Oh God, what is it called?
Called Tilt Studio.
Yeah, okay.
Tilt Studio.
That's what I was looking for.
And they've got bowling lanes. They've got they call it Tilted 10, but there's 12 lanes. Figure that one out. We did something last night called Hyper Bowling, and it's a lot of fun. Tom, we had a good time. Instead of bowling for just strikes, there's bumpers up, and there's challenges where the goal is to hit the bumper in the right spot and then knock down as many pins as you can for a high score.
Oh,
so
okay. So what happens if you Well, what happens if you miss the bumper altogether and just hit all 10 pins down?
Then you just get some pin scores, but hitting the bumpers is the multiplier. So if you just roll the ball down the middle of the lane and you get like 7 pins down, you get 700 points. But if you hit the bumper in the right spot, you get 2 times the points. If you hit it in the right spot, another spot, you get 3 times the points. And then later on, there's an opportunity to get 5 times the points. It's a fun game. It's totally different from your regular bowling. It's similar in a way. If you don't like to golf, but you can swing a club, you go to Prairie View Golf Course, and what did they call that place now? Well, there's Top Golf out near there's Top Golf out in the near Chicago. There's a couple places out there to do that. They've got one now in Byron at Prairie View Golf Course, Prairie Fire. That's what they call it. I think it's Prairie Fire. And as long as you can swing the club and hit the ball goes out there and you're going to score some points somewhere. And that's kind of the way this bowling game is. I mean, if you can roll the ball down the alley, you're probably going to score a point, some points. And anyway, it was a fun time, enjoyed celebrating. And they just opened up a restaurant there at Tilt as well. So you can do it all there. You can play classic video games, Pac-Man and Donkey Kong and a whole bunch of newer stuff. Very cool place. It's the 2 levels of what used to be the Sears store at Cherryvale Mall. So,
gotcha. Okay. I was going to ask you where it is. So how does that work with the Cherry Bowl? Is the Cherry Bowl still open?
Yeah.
So still bowling at the Cherry Bowl?
Cherry Bowl is just your typical bowling alley with leagues and all that other stuff and midnight bowling when they go open that back up again. So yeah, they're not doing leagues at Tilt. It's a totally different thing as far as I can tell. So
anyway, right. Yeah.
We had a good time. It's not cheap, but it was a fun time. All right. We do have,
well, that's the most important part of it.
That's right. We do have a big number of the week. And it is a nice big number. Tom's going to get this right this week. So far, Joann 5, Tom 4. That's officially
all right.
Score. Our big number of the week this week is 1.1 million. And the answer is Arowana or Amazon. Arowana or Amazon. And I've got stories about both of those words today with big numbers attached to them, but only one has the number 1.1 million and slightly above that, but I've just rounded it down. It's 1.1 million plus. So we have a little winter storm coming our way tonight through tomorrow, so be careful out there.
What time is it supposed to start?
Well, they're saying anytime after noon today, we could start seeing some stuff flying around northern Illinois. You're talking Winnebago, Ogle, Lee, LaSalle counties, starting around noon out to the west, and then closer to the evening hours here in the Rockford area, all the way through 6 o'clock tomorrow. Not so much because of the snow, but there will be snow, but it's going to be very windy. 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts, heavy wet snow likely, those easterly winds. So yeah, it could start out as freezing rain as well this afternoon. So that could be really, really bad. If you don't have to go out this afternoon, don't. Try to get home and get your stuff done this morning or early afternoon before this stuff all starts to hit.
Right. Yeah.
So careful. Again, for those who are watching on Facebook Live, welcome. Thank you for joining us. You're better to watch us on YouTube so you can see Tom's lovely mug and later Joann, because on the Facebook feed, you will not see anything but me. That's not my fault. It's just the way it's. I can't do dual feeds with Zoom like you can with other programs. So I'm streaming.
So if I come over to your house and do the show right next to you,
you could be behind me. That would be kind of fun.
I can be behind you, like the baby. Where's the baby? I don't see the baby. The
And
baby's head.
I've been playing with these fun video filters as well this week.
Yeah.
The one I've gotten on right now is kind of cool. I think this one's fun too.
Oh, I do like that one.
I like the TV. And then occasionally when I'm feeling alone, I'll put myself in a crowd.
Yeah, I like it.
Really nice
I
to
like
see
it.
you there.
That's
All
cool.
right. I'll go back to this one for today. We are done crying over our Packers loss last weekend. Can I be honest with you, Tom? You might be a little disappointed with me, just a little, or maybe you'll be proud.
Okay.
I don't know. After the game last week, I think I sulked like adult sulked for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and then I was done.
No, I'm absolutely. I'm exactly the same way. My transformation, if you will, came about 10 or 12 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, where I realized I can't allow a football game, something I have no control over. I can't allow a football game to dictate the rest of my day, the rest of my week. So I backed off a little bit. I love my team. I love it when they win. Love my Packers, as you can tell. This whole room. I mean, you don't see the whole array of it, but I got all kinds of Packers stuff in here. But it doesn't rule me. It doesn't define me anymore. And it can't, because it's just bad. It's dangerous. You know, you yell at the kids, you yell at the dog. It's like, kids, just leave me alone. You know, Packers lost today. Leave me alone. It's September 13th. It's week 3 of the NFL, and they lost 24-10. And I'm mad and grumpy for the next week. No, that can't happen. So something happened a number of years ago. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and we were arguing football, and it was just a very loud conversation. And my kids reminded me that I was being loud, and I can't remember exactly the exchange. And at that point I said, okay, all right, I need to tone it down. And I did. So I sulked for maybe a little longer than that, a couple of hours probably. But the next morning I was okay. I wore my Packer hat to work. I talked about it. And like you and I talked about it for about 10 or 15 minutes earlier. And it's done. It's okay. Now we move on and watch the Super Bowl. And as long as Tom Brady breaks both of his legs, no, I'm kidding. I'm really just kidding about that, because I'm actually kind of secretly rooting for him to win another Super Bowl just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes got one last year. Let Tom Brady have another one. And then I think you said, then he maybe retires. Get him out of the way.
I mean, he's not talking retirement at all. It sounds like he wants to play for like another three years or something like that. And maybe secretly, I don't think he spoke it yet, at least to anyone publicly, but maybe secretly he's wanting to do that double or that triple with another team, just to really rub it into the Patriots that, hey, I was not done. I was not done. Like Brett Favre was not done. Brett had a couple of great seasons after he left the Packers.
He did when he went to the Vikings.
He got to the Vikings.
They darn near went to the Super Bowl. That essentially was his last year. Yeah. That interception that he threw that ended the game and New Orleans won, that was his last throw ever.
Yeah.
So Brett Favre has the rare distinction of his first pass ever in the NFL and his last pass ever in the NFL completed to somebody other than one of his teammates.
Was the season that he did that, he was on the sidelines like during the last regular season game? Didn't he not start the last regular season game or something like that to end his streak? How did that?
Well, we're talking in the NFC Championship game is what I'm talking about.
I know, but
last pass ever.
When his continuous games streak ended, he was a Viking.
Oh, yeah. He was. That was that was the year before, I believe. He had hurt his shoulder or something. But what I was saying is his very first pass ever as an Atlanta Falcon. So it was a completion to himself. And then his last pass was a completion to somebody on the New Orleans Saints. So.
Yeah. No, I'm
very interesting. Brett Favre, great quarterback. I love the guy. I don't hate Brett Favre, never did. But I did love the shirt that says, "We will never forget you, Brent." Brent. I loved it. We will never forget you, Brent. He did kind of act like a spoiled little petulant child. You know, I want to retire. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Add 10 more to that, and you
now,
pretty much have it figured out.
And now we're going to get.
Well, you're sitting on Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers is going to be away a little bit now for the next couple years.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
Bit.
Aaron Rodgers really did kind of disappoint me. Not his play, his attitude afterwards. Yeah. You know, don't throw Matt LaFleur under the bus. Go ahead and throw Mike Pettin under the bus. I don't care about that. I said after the he is gone. They fired him. I said after the Kevin King debacle, when he gave up that first touchdown to little Scotty Miller, my goodness, with 1 second left on the clock, I said Mike Pettin just got fired.
Yeah,
that is it for Mike Pettin. He's done.
You got to protect the end zone on that play.
Absolutely. They forewent the 4th and 3 for the field goal. They decided to go ahead and go for it. Why not? Yeah. Why not? It was 4th down. What the heck? You're already up 21. No, you're already up. You're up 14-10. So you go into the halftime up 14-10. 17-10's better, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So let's take a chance. They did. Let me ask you this. What does Bruce Arians and Bill Belichick have in common? They have a lot in common. But one thing in particular that they have in common, and this is why Bruce Arians is in the Super Bowl, it's because he goes for it. He's a gunslinger. He goes for it. And that's what Bill Belichick has done. If Belichick was ahead by 38 to 14, and there's 4.5 minutes left, instead of sitting on the ball, he's going for another touchdown. Let's make it 45 to 14. Let's bury you. Look, this isn't I mean, it's football. It's a game. So win. You know, you don't play Monopoly with your kids and hold off on buying that hotel because you don't want to beat them too badly. No, go for it. Buy another hotel. You landed on my hotel. Give me another 2,000. You know, I mean, come on. That's the way it goes.
I like telling my kids and my nieces and nephew. I like telling them about playing Stratego with my dad. If you ever played the game Stratego, it's kind of like almost like a chess game a little bit, but it's anyway. Look it up, Stratego. It's a fun game.
Oh, I've heard of the game. I've never played it though.
It's like a military game, like Capture the Flag.
Well, almost kind of like Risk or something like that.
Kind of, but it's more like checkers or chess. But you can't see what's behind the pieces in front of you, and your opponent can't see what pieces you're moving until they confront each other. So you have a whole bunch of scouts, and then you have a bunch of military ranks, and in order of rank, it's all numbered. And then you have a flag that you're hiding somewhere. And so you move across the board, and usually you send out your scouts to try to find out where things are, and you can sacrifice those. And then you start moving your higher ranked military up toward where you hope to find the flag and capture the flag. And there are bombs, and there are military bomb diffusers. So if you move the right person, the right rank on a bomb, you can diffuse it and it doesn't blow you up. Anyway, I played my dad for years, and before I finally beat him in a game. And I still, I was probably 10 or 11, probably about 11 when I finally beat him at a game of Stratego. And I was like, yes. And it was, dozens and dozens of games of trying different strategies, hiding my flag in weird places, and just trying to, throw him off where he thinks my flag might be. And finally, what did I end up doing? Kind of doing what he did, putting his flag in a really strong spot and defending it well, and going and taking out his bombs and finding his flag.
Well, that sounds like a fun game. I played Risk a couple times, didn't like it. Played Battleship a couple times, and my friend across the alley from me that I played with, he used to cheat. He would be moving his battleships, and I'm like, how come I never get a hit? And then one day I grabbed his thing, and 2 of his battleships came flying out because he had his hand on one and clipped another as he was pulling it out. So I'm like, you're cheating. You're moving your battleships.
Yeah,
because I'm laying on the floor with my elbows and all that, not even paying attention.
Winning when you cheat is I never can get that. That's what kind of satisfaction can anyone have by winning when they've cheated. I don't get it.
The Halloween. How do you feel good about yourself? They're like, I won, man. I put in the time and effort. Not really, but I won.
Well, any final thoughts before we let the Packers season go? Do you want to, they let the defensive coordinator go this week. They didn't renew his contract. They didn't really fire him. They just didn't renew his contract.
Well, okay, but he's not still working for him, so he's gone.
Right.
Maybe it was a nice way of saying, oh, you can hang around and like empty trash if you want, but no. They'll go out and get a very aggressive defensive coordinator. They'll win the Super Bowl next year. Mark it down.
They're going to have a great team next year.
What's that?
They're going to have a great team next year.
Absolutely.
If the chips fall anywhere similar to how they did this year, they should be in the NFC Championship game again. They should.
Yeah. As long as Aaron Rodgers doesn't become a prima donna baby, he kind of is a prima donna a little bit. And by the way, I read something very interesting as to why Aaron Rodgers and his family have a rift.
Oh.
And this is not good. This makes me upset. It's because he's questioning God. That's basically what I'd heard. I always thought Aaron Rodgers, when he first came in, he was very well-spoken, very nice, very, you know what I mean? It almost sounded like, this is a man of God. I like him. He's such a good guy. And now I hear him throwing out an occasional word, but don't get me wrong. I'm not saying because you use a bad word or something, that doesn't mean you're not a Christian, of course. Doesn't mean that at all. We're all at different levels, different places with our walk. It's fine. It's not an issue. But sometimes when you do it in the media and this and that, people start to wonder where you are, where your heart is. But when you're throwing people under the bus, you start to get a feel of where he might be in his life. And I think he's angry. Yeah. I think that's the problem. And I think he might be angry at God. His family, they're from what I understand, they were always a very good church-going family. And I think he separated himself from that. And that's where the rift came with his mom and dad. This was something I'd read. I don't know how entirely true it is, but I think I think there's some merit to it.
Yeah, it sounds about accurate. It sounds about accurate.
He's probably not happy in his life. He's had several girlfriends, Olivia Munn, Danica Patrick. Now he's dating some other supermodel type. And I just think he's missing something. He's missing something. The heart's not settled. Like there's a hole in the heart. Anyway, that's just my take on it. My opinion only.
Needs to find his joy, I think. And it's one of the things about Christians like you and I, Tom, and families like ours, there's once you've experienced real joy and real purpose, it's hard to do anything else. It's hard to find that happiness in anything else. And,
right.
So there's a lot of truth to the scripture that tells you you're not going to find it anywhere else. It's only found in
Absolutely. Absolutely. One other thing that he said, and they were talking about it, Joe and Troy were talking about it on the broadcast. They said maybe he should go back and meditate some more. He's gotten into all of this meditation. Okay, fine. I mean, that's fine if that works for you, but it also tells me that you're kind of looking in different sources for your joy and your happiness. Maybe it's right in front of you all the while. Yeah. So I don't know. I just
I wish I
love Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, absolutely. And I really want another Super Bowl in Green Bay. I want the Aaron Rodgers legacy to have 2 Super Bowls. You know, Brett Favre only had 1. Bart Starr had 2. He had 3 championships overall. Actually, he had more than that. He had like 5 championships. But anyway, 2 of them were Super Bowls.
But
nonetheless, it's
Chiefs not a Packers rematch of Super Bowl 1. We almost had it 5 years ago. We could have had it this year.
Yeah.
The NFL would have had so much fun with that, bringing back Super Bowl 1 and reliving all that stuff and all the great old Packers players.
We almost had it 3 years ago. 2 years ago.
Super Bowl 51, I think, was the last potential that it was really close. 50 or 51.
Well, Yeah, whatever it was with the Seattle game. I think that was the big 5-0, was it not?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it ended up being
I
Denver.
don't know. That still hurts. That one still hurts more than this one. This one doesn't hurt that much. It really did because it was in the bag. It was in the bag. I had a buddy over. We were watching the game, and I'm like, oh my god, when he intercepted it. And then Julius Pepper says, no, get down, dude. No, run it. This is an NFL team. Run it. If you're going to fumble it because you ran it back to the 20-yard line, okay, fine. Then at least you tried. But go down on the 50-yard line and then the 3 and out, and then another 3 and out. Oh, it was ugly. It was ugly.
Right,
that one hurt.
Let's move on.
I had it in the bag.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Yes.
Let's move on. It's already 8:30. We want to get into some SMS info stuff for this week.
All right, let's do it.
I wonder if, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, going back to look at old shows, but YouTube doesn't like playing like any music at all. Like any, even the stuff that I own that I know I can legally play, it blocks it out almost every time. And I think even this weather news sounder bed, if I don't talk, it'll just block it out. I don't get that. YouTube, leave it alone.
Just keep talking the whole time.
I know. Leave our stuff alone. It's all right. It's my music. I own it. Anyway, so good day. It's the 30th day of January, the year 2021, the latest it's ever been
in the history of mankind.
We do have that winter storm warning, so be careful out there tonight into tomorrow. Lots of gusty winds. Could start out as freezing rain and then turn to heavy wet snow. Ugh. I had a friend who had a little heart attack last week shoveling snow, and it was the light stuff. So, it was a lot of it, but it was the powdery stuff. This is going to be the heavy wet stuff. Be careful, pace yourself. If you got to shovel snow, don't outdo yourself. Quick shout out to my awesome cousin up in Monroe, Wisconsin. The Excellence in Education Foundation, they recognize an outstanding educator in the school district of Monroe, Wisconsin every year. They typically present this at scholarship night in the spring, but that was postponed last year because of the stupid pandemic. Monroe High School, the cheesemakers up there, has honored MHS medals teacher Dan Saunders, my awesome cousin, who I went to college with him. We went to college at Stout. He was the 2019-2020 EIE Outstanding Educator. Congratulations, Dan. Mr. Saunders, all of his, a bunch of his peers had a dress like your favorite teacher day this past Thursday or Friday. And so they were all wearing his like plaid button down shirts. Like he's a shop teacher, he teaches shop. So, and he's an awesome educator. So congratulations, Dan.
Like oil spots on it and stuff like that.
Clean. He's an Eagle Scout. He keeps things clean and neat and tidy. And the dude's, I've always admired Dan because he's sharp and really, really skilled. He works mostly with metals, but he could do carpentry. He does all that stuff. He's amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
We talked about tilt at the mall earlier. Did you know there's an indoor golf practice center now at the Rockford Park District Mercy Health Sports Score 2 in Loves Park? They've got a driving range. They've got a putting green area. It's $7 per half hour session. You can either, practice their short game or drive in the driving range. It's open Monday through Saturday, but closed on Sundays. And you do need to reserve your time in advance. You can't just show up and start doing it.
And wear your mask.
Masks are required inside Mercy Health Sports Score 2 in Loves Park. But there's a chance to get tuned up for the spring before the spring. Illinois snow sculpting competitions going on right now, right in Sinisippi Park in Rockford. They were featured on Friday on the morning edition radio show on NPR nationwide. Sculpting. Nice. It's kind of fun. Yeah. The sculpting teams from around the state are in Rockford competing for the right to represent Illinois in the U.S. Nationals snow sculpting competition. There is also a high school division. I forget how many's up there, like somewhere between like 25 and 35 different snow sculptures. There's a bunch. The sculpting ends at 10, chisels down at 10 o'clock this morning, and then the judging takes place. The public is encouraged to cast their vote for the People's Choice Award. You can do that between 8:30 and 11 today. And of course, due to the pandemic, they're not doing an actual awards ceremony with a large crowd. Instead, they're doing it on Facebook Live. The Illinois Snow Sculpting Competition Facebook page will have that at 1:00 today. And maybe this a little bit of freezing rain and stuff that we get this afternoon, maybe that'll help preserve these sculptures for longer. Maybe it'll keep them up.
It'll put a nice little gloss or a sheen on them. That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think positive.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. We got time. I'm still waiting for Joann to log in.
Well, there is a
surprise.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe her battery's dead again. Well, that means I can win and catch her this week. Anyway, no. When I go to work in the morning, going down Main and then turning and then going on to church, there's an abandoned lot where it was a house that had, I don't know, caught fire. I think they tore it down, so it's a big old empty lot. There are 2 snow sculptures there. One of them is a mermaid, and the other is a fish. They painted the fish orange. It's unbelievable. I'm going to get some pictures of it today, and I will send them to you. And then the other one's a mermaid. Maybe it's going to be aqua blue when I go there today, because I'm going to drive. I'm specifically going to go down there. And
I saw the mermaid. It didn't have a head.
It did not. It does now.
It does now.
Okay. You saw it about a week ago. And then I go that way every morning. I was like, oh my God, the head's on there now. Because I didn't know what it was at first.
Awesome. All right. And that's
thought it was like the Venus de Milo or something.
Just no head.
Yeah.
This coming next, not this weekend, but next weekend. Why does it say next weekend is of course the Super Bowl, and I'm going to Tom. I'm going to. Joann's having some issues logging in, so real quick, I'm gonna see if I can message her the link again. She must be on the wrong page because she says waiting for host, and I don't have any. It's not coming up. She's not.
You want me to send her the passcode?
I'm gonna put it to her on Facebook Messenger here and see if she gets that, and hopefully that'll help.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on there, but it's log out and try again, Joann. Log out and try again. All right. Hopefully she can get the link. She's got the wrong link somewhere. She missed something because she's not on our screen. Pizza chains. Pizza chains' biggest sales day of the year. Super Bowl Sunday.
Yep.
The top 5 biggest pizza sale days. Number 1 is the Super Bowl. Can you name the other 4, Tom? Top 5 pizza sale.
The 4 pizza sale days. Yeah. Number 1, Super Bowl.
Yep.
I've got to think about how much time do I have?
Three
Jeopardy? I've only got
3 of the 4 are holidays.
Okay. New Year's Day.
New Year's Day is number 5.
Number 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not even on the top 4. If you're calling New Year's Eve a holiday, it's not.
New Year's Eve is number 2.
Okay, so that's not a holiday.
I'm sorry. All right, it's not a holiday.
All right.
You're right.
Thanksgiving Eve, possibly.
Thanksgiving Eve is number 4. All you're missing is number 3, and I would never have gotten number 3.
Also not a holiday. Okay, I'm going to go Valentine's Day.
That the night before Thanksgiving is the one I was saying not a holiday, but you're right. New Year's Eve is not technically a holiday either. The number 3 is a holiday, kinda. I mean, it is. People celebrate it that way, but you and I probably wouldn't call it a holiday necessarily.
Wow. Oh, it's got to be Flag Day. No, I'm just kidding.
It's in the fall.
It is in the fall.
Not Thanksgiving Day. We already said the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Boy, I don't know. I Veterans Day. I don't know.
It's Halloween.
Oh, Halloween.
Why
It's my
Halloween is
favorite
number 3?
holiday.
I don't know.
I know why. I know why it is. Because mom and dad don't want to cook on Halloween night. Let's just order pizza, eat pizza, and then out the door with our bags.
I
Yeah,
guess.
of course. That makes perfect sense.
I guess.
Halloween. Why didn't I think of that?
So Super Bowl being on the minds of folks this next week a lot. Fans wanting to attend the Super Bowl this year. You're going to spend about $3.50 per second of game clock to see the game. Average price of a ticket on Game Time, which is an app for last minute tickets, now over $12,000 per seat. The top price seats about $17,738. This was a few days ago now, so I'm sure it's gone up by now. But the Super Bowl is going to be missing some of their staple advertisers this year. If you heard this story this week, Coca-Cola, Budweiser, Hyundai, Olay, Little Caesars, and Ford, all not advertising in the big game. This year, the price for a 30-second spot is flatlined. It's about the same as last year, $5.6 million. 10 years ago, it was just under $3 million for a 30-second ad. So,
okay, 2 questions. One, what is Olay?
Oil of Olay.
Oh, okay. Hey, Oil of Olay.
The women's.
Really?
Yeah.
Would they have done a Super Bowl commercial?
They've been doing Super Bowl commercials.
Okay,
so many women pay attention to more of the commercials than the game.
Well, this is true. It's good strategy. I just don't remember any Oil of Olay commercials. The other thing is, did you say Pepsi-Cola? Because Pepsi's not in it. Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Budweiser.
I think
that's what I had heard.
I think Pepsi's one of the ones that is not.
But isn't Pepsi sponsoring the halftime show?
They do the halftime. That's why they are. That's why they're not on the list. That's why they're.
Yeah.
I need to mute Joann because I don't know why she's getting feedback on me. There we go. Joann is getting in. So yay, Joann. Old brands cutting costs, which is giving an opportunity for new brands. Hello, Joann. There we go. I had to mute you there for a second because I was getting some feedback from you, Joann, but you can try to unmute again if you want to.
We have a radio on in the background.
Oh, there you go.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Is that better? I don't know what happened. You didn't want to let me in.
Yeah.
I think you might.
No, because I want to win. I want to catch you.
I think you might have copied and pasted the link and maybe just missed the last couple letters or something on the end of it because it's a
always blame me. No, it said the host is refusing to let you join the meeting.
It never popped up on my screen. I didn't have the opportunity to let you in. So,
that's what it said.
I don't know. So here's some of the commercials you will see and taking their place on the Super Bowl this year. DoorDash.
Is that Super Bowl birthday Sunday?
Is that your birthday this next Sunday?
My birthday's the 5th.
Okay.
The whole world celebrates my birthday with a Super Sunday.
Well, the Super Bowl's, but your birthday's on a Friday then.
Yes.
Because the Super Bowl's on a
Doesn't
Sunday.
matter.
It's the 7th.
It's the weekend.
She is super
Some
weekend.
people celebrate a month.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. DoorDash.
It's my birthday month.
Vroom. What is Vroom? I'm not sure what VROOM. Is that one of those?
Oh, I've seen it. I don't know.
Vacuums?
I've seen it.
Is that a vacuum? Is that a robot vacuum?
Vroom?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Vroom might be a robot vacuum. And then Fiverr, the website Fiverr, where you can buy pretty much anything for $5. Fiverr is going to be advertising in the Super Bowl this year. Last year's Super Bowl, all the inventory of the commercials was sold out by November. This year, Ad Age says CBS still has about 20% of the inventory still available. You know what that means, Tom and Joann?
Wow.
We can put an
They're
ad
gonna be
in.
dumping them.
A, it means if you got $5.6 million, you can drop your own advertisement in. And B, it means you're going to see a lot of CBS promotional stuff during the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. And maybe even a few PSAs. Vroom is a car place. Buy, sell, trade cars.
Oh, okay. I'm I'm gonna see if this.
Oh, that's what Google told me.
Oh, that looks terrible. I was hoping that wouldn't look bad. All right, I gotta come up with a new
You're
SMS.
fading in and out.
I gotta come up with a new SMS.
Greg is fading in and out.
All right,
Just
so
write it on the chalkboard behind you or whatever that is.
Got room here. I can
Looks
put
like
a sign. All right, so
Yeah,
that's
you're
it for the
good.
Super Bowl.
What is that? A partition back there?
So this is an event display. It's got like
Right. Okay.
it's got fabric on it, so you can hang Velcro. So I used to have Velcro signs
There
on
you
there.
go.
What I haven't heard you mention yet, Tom, is my addition of the on-air light. Yeah, you like that? You like that?
What is
I
that
can't tell
supposed
what
to
it
be?
is.
I know it's subtle. I like the subtle things. I did a couple subtle new things today. There's like
Oh, on air.
it says on air.
It's an on-air light.
Yeah.
I can't read it.
That
Okay.
came
I
from
get
the
it
old
now
QFL
because I
GSL
see-
That says family doesn't bother him.
If that was out.
Yeah, exactly. I've got in my office that I built downstairs, I grabbed one of the old on-air lights from ROK. And what I do is I actually put it in the wall and I have a light switch. So when I go in, I hit my light switch and the on-air light comes on the outside. It is so cool.
When this plastic covering for a light was made, they put the on-air sticker on the inside of the light. So even when the light was bright inside, you could barely read it. So I took it out this week, put it on the outside, and it took me a while to figure out how to make it light up and actually look somewhat legible. If you really zoomed in on it, you can see it says on air. But I added that this week. I added some spotlight lighting back here to, again, trying to fix my lighting situation. And then I added my dad's military hat there. So that was some of the subtle additions this week. Speaking
I put
of
my screen on gallery view or on speaker view and I can read it now. It says on air.
There we go. Okay.
So, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, that's right. If I put it on speaker view, then you can see a little bit closer. There's that on air light. Speaking of podcasts and stuff like that, comedy is what dominates podcasting. According to the 2020 Stitcher report, the only genre with more listening hours than comedy is true crime.
Hmm.
Have you listened to any true crime podcasts, Joann or Tom?
I don't think I've ever listened to a podcast in my life.
No, you're not listening to any podcasts, like even Joe Rogan's show or anything like that?
No, I don't.
Okay. Joe Rogan, I listened to Louder with Crowder for a while. That's pretty funny stuff, but very politically leaning. Anyway, there's a lot of great podcasts and stuff out there. You can get a lot of them now on Spotify. There's one out called Laugh Out Loud, LOL. It's a multi-platform global comedy brand that's co-founded by Kevin Hart, the comedian. And he has a show on the Laugh Out Loud platform called Inside Jokes. And his first guest is Jerry Seinfeld. So if you like Kevin Hart, if you like comedy, I really like Jerry Seinfeld's show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Have you seen that?
Have not. I like Jerry Seinfeld. I think he's a wonderful comedian. I love his humor. It's all observational humor and it's clean. And that's the thing. And I don't even mind the political humor is fine as long as it's truth. It's got to be truth.
Yeah,
even if you're picking on Donald Trump, if it's truth, I'm good with it. But when you start throwing out all these accusations, innuendos, start talking about Russia this, Russia that, blah, 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 you lose me. And I heard a Kevin Hart, it wasn't a podcast, it was on Sirius XM. And it was they have Comedy Central that pipes through it. And every third word was an F-bomb.
Yeah.
And every fourth word was Trump is bad, whatever. And it's like, oh my God, no. So I completely and totally lost all respect for Kevin Hart. I won't give him any time of day, none whatsoever.
No.
Because not because I disagree with him, fine, I disagree with a lot of people, but because he was wrong, because he was lying and following that same line that everybody follows about Russian collusion, which didn't happen, blah, 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 blah. I'm done. I'm tired of that.
That's why I give up on the late night.
That's my political statement for the day. Oh, absolutely. I won't go near them. I will not go near them because they're not fair. Jay Leno was fair. I love Jay Leno. I watch Jay Leno all the time.
He hit both
He
sides.
Was fair. Jimmy Fallon's the fairest of them all, of the ones remaining.
He was
he'll hit
until
both
about
sides.
2 years ago. He gave up. He gave up.
Yeah, I haven't watched him for a couple of years.
That's when I was like, I'm done. I'm just done. I mean, he's always been a fanboy anyway. He just overdoes it.
It's too easy to pile on. And it's too easy to pile on Trump because, the more people that, well, wait a minute, should we go pro-Trump or anti-Trump? Well, most people are anti-Trump today, which is not true, but that's the narrative that's been set. So therefore, we're going to go ahead and follow the anti-Trump. Okay, you lose me. I'm done. You don't have to like Donald Trump, but at least give him a fair shake. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
And if you're going to crack the joke, make sure it's at least funny, and not just I'm saying it because it fits the narrative. I agree. But if you do get a chance to,
I'd like to also be
Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. It's a fun thing. He's a car guy, kind of like Jay Leno. He loves weird, odd, cool cars.
Yeah.
So the show starts with him getting some vintage or off the wall kind of car. And then he picks up his guest, which is 99% of the time comedians. He did have Barack Obama on the show, which was
they just talk in their car.
They talk in the car, and then they go to a cafe somewhere and get coffee and just chat. And it's
okay. So a cafe, they don't go like through the drive-through; they go into the actual cafe.
The shows that I've seen, they've gone into a little restaurant or a little cafe somewhere. It's usually in Hollywood or New York, depending on where they are.
Kind of interesting. You got Barack Obama, which means you've got like
Tom
several
wants him to just stay
Secret Service guys with you.
When they did
I
that,
don't care. I just
that's true.
Curious.
The Barack Obama episode, they were in a car at the White House and they were driving toward the gate, and he's like, and Jerry's like, "You're the president, just tell the guy to let you out." And the guy at the gate was like, sorry, sir, we can't open the gate for you. they wouldn't let him out.
So they did the whole show behind the gate.
Well, no, they I don't know where they were sitting somewhere at the White House. I'm sure it was, in the red room or the tea room, whatever they call it. I don't know, but
you can't kidnap the president.
It was just one more thing where I'm like, oh my gosh, Barack Obama is one of the nicest, charismatic guys. He's just a super nice guy. I wish he had, some at least centrist ideas and when it comes to politics, because he's such a nice, likable guy. I could see why he won the presidency. He's likable. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Kevin Hart's new thing, Laugh Out Loud platform, and his show is called Inside Jokes. One more funny thing before we get to some randoms. If you don't know what to get your sweetheart for Valentine's Day, how about getting them a lovely arrangement of pickles?
Pickles?
Boston-based Grillo's Pickles is bringing its famous pickle bouquet. It's a do-it-yourself kit that comes with instructions how to put the bouquet together. This is the kit. It's an empty 32 ounce pickle container. It's 15 wooden skewers, some artificial floral filler and cellophane, plus a coupon to get a free jar of pickles, which you can buy at Target or Whole Foods. It's online for $20. I can't imagine the look on the person's face when you give them a bouquet of pickles.
If it's somebody who really loves pickles, I think it's a great idea because in this case, it truly is the thought that counts. Because you can go buy a jar of Vlasic pickles, a big giant jar for like $4 at any store.
Right.
So it's not about the cost. It's not about any of that. It's about me thinking, wow, I know she loves pickles. This is just funny enough and just crazy enough. Why not? I like it. I love it.
You've seen edible arrangements with fruits. Why not with pickles?
Yeah.
Pickle.
Absolutely.
All right.
Or the one with the cookies, the cookies on the stick. Is that also edible arrangements?
No, that's a cookie. What's it called?
Cookies by Design or something?
Cookies by Design.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cookies by Design. They are
Now
awesome.
you're going to have to put their name on the board.
I'm going to put their name on the board. All right. So here's our randoms for today. Brewers announcer Bob Uecker turned 86 this week. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
I must
Bob.
be in the front row.
He struck him out. That's his number 2 most famous. His number 1 most famous is
Just a bit outside.
Well, that you might be right. You might be right. But
well, that was from the movie, though.
For Brewers fans, it's get up, get out of here, gone for Braun. Yeah. Love that. Love that.
Gone for Braun. Yeah.
ESPN is looking to sell the X Games. They have some streaming pressure at ESPN. According to the information, they're reporting they're trying to sell the X Games. Got any buyers? Got a few million laying around? Want to own the X Games?
Between the 3 of us, we probably do, right?
We could dig something up if we all bought lottery tickets.
Sure. Yeah.
In a really big bet that travel is going to come back, Trip Action, which is a corporate travel software platform, they raised $155 million at $5 billion valuation here in the last couple of weeks. I think business travel is going to come back a little bit. I think vacation travel is going to come back in a big way. So I don't know. If you're looking to invest in something, I'm thinking the travel industry might be a place to invest in the next few months. Parler, Signal, and Telegram, no longer the top apps in the App Store. Well, that's because they're getting kind of like shut down by the App Store people. Reddit and Robinhood, a lot of people downloaded that this week. And a study says 51%, over half of people like the commercials played during the Super Bowl more than the game itself. Are you on that train, Joann?
Perhaps.
Do you watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, or do you not even watch the Super Bowl at all?
I watch the Super Bowl because that's when my kids celebrate my birthday.
There you go.
So they have a big football game on my birthday.
I like how
I do have a friend who's a big fan of the quarterback that just won, the one from Tom Brady.
Yep.
So she's a big fan of his. I think her husband is kind of like second in her heart.
All right.
So
like he's a fanboy or she's a fangirl.
She's scary fangirl.
All right. Well, we will talk next weekend, obviously, but happy birthday early, Joann, and we'll celebrate.
Thank you. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
You can send my pickle bouquet in the mail.
It's almost 9 o'clock already. Did you want to take a quick tour of Pause?
Well, the one thing I needed to mention was our auction is starting.
Yes.
And Greg does have 2 things in the auction. So I did post it on my Facebook page. So I'm not sure I was going to ask about how you win if you're from out of town. Because I don't know if it's just a local auction or if they will mail things. I didn't read that far, but it's a liquor and art auction.
Yeah, so that stuff probably needs to be picked up so that we can make sure the people winning the liquor is of age.
Well, we saw Rhodey last week. Rhodey is begging for attention here.
Oh.
Like,
looks like my cat. Psycho.
He's got the biggest eyes.
Yeah.
He's like talking, but he was the one who was recovered from being hit by a car, and he's ready for adoption.
What a cutie. Rhodey the cat.
Rhodey.
Rhodey shouldn't have been on the roadie.
I was just talking. We have a couple of kittens. This is being naughty, being wild in her bed. I love the little bed.
What is she playing with?
I think it's a rope in her, a string.
Oh, wow.
I'll get that rope.
That's right.
These are the 2 kittens that are special needs. So they have some neurological issues. So one of the things is they don't want them climbing because they're really not good at, they're good at falling, not climbing.
Yeah.
They just
Goes
have
on
a little,
gravity.
they sometimes call that the wobbly syndrome. Oh, I don't have my mask on. I'm sorry. You pull
All
up my
right.
mask.
We won't tell.
Well, I know, but it's not good for our volunteers. Eating. I went to there. We had another pair of kittens over here. I think it's unusual that we still have kittens. Because usually March we start again. And it seems like this winter we didn't stop. I think these are a boy and a girl, Astrid and something else. Astrid and Frida. That sounds like a girl's name.
Hello, Astrid and Frida. And again, for our Facebook fans who are only viewing on Facebook, go to the YouTube channel so you can see this video.
And then, this one's in his litter box. Oh, he's finishing up. This is a stray. They're still hoping maybe his owners will step up. Beautiful Siamese.
Just no collar, huh?
Cats don't usually have collars. There's another pair of kittens. They're hanging up on the rooftop. Turvy is the tortie. Let me see if I can find. And I can't say that. Bjorn. Jorn. I don't know. Cute. Do we have one in here? Kind of hiding. These guys are hiding. They didn't want to be on camera today. So, frickin' frack.
What did you say? Oh, sorry.
Rick and Calvin. I thought it was frickin' frack. Wasn't that a cartoon show or something?
Probably.
Frickin' frack.
Cartoon or a comic strip.
Oh, this is Jeffrey. Close to Greg. Very pretty cat. A lot of times people let their cats out and then sometimes they become strays.
Yeah.
They lose their home. Of course, we still have Clarice.
Clarice, yes.
Clarice.
Don't forget, Greg, we still got big number.
We do. I just wanted to play Joann's theme song because I forgot to play it when we made the transition.
Yeah, because I don't know why I had so much trouble coming on today.
I don't know either. But we got you. We got you here. So we're all.
Oh, I thought this was the ending music. That's why I said it.
Not yet. Not yet. Not an ending music yet. All right. So back to the gallery view. And yeah, we do have. Thank you for the tour, Joann.
You're welcome.
I drove by Pause last night because we went to Cherryville Mall and checked out the
See if I was there.
Video. It was very dark. It was very dark.
Oh.
All right. So yes, our big number of the week this week. We're only running a few minutes late today, folks.
Sorry.
We started about a minute and a half late too. That's on me. Big number of the week this week is a big one. It's 1.1 million. 1.1 million, and the answer is arowana or Amazon. Arowana or Amazon. What could it possibly be? All right, give me your guess in 3, 2, 1.
Arowana.
They're both going for the arowana.
Well,
by the way,
it's the odd one, and Amazon seems like
Tom's got 4.
Amazon seemed too obvious.
I'll pick up my pen. I won't take my cap off. And I'll
we get points.
Do you have any pet fish?
No,
I do not.
I've never been into the pet fish thing. I think aquariums are cool, but I never wanted to keep one up. So I've never had really, pet fish. Certain specimens, certain species of the endangered Asian arowana have fetched as much as $300,000 at auction. It's an
So wait a minute, we didn't win?
No.
Doesn't appear.
The arowana is an endangered species in the wild. The Asian arowana is illegal to import, sell, and in most cases own here in the U.S. It's dubbed as the dragonfish because of its shiny scales, long whiskers, and fierce disposition. It's taking on a bit of an aura. It's a very interesting fish. Oh gosh, are you kidding me? I thought I had the picture of the fish. It's a really cool looking.
Tom and I just wanted to win.
And I wanted
Yeah,
to
well, yeah. I'm still one behind. You're still winning. What is the game to anyway? 10? 20?
I don't know.
We'll decide later.
When I take over the lead, that's when the game ends.
That's when you're going to figure out the winner.
When the game ends,
then I win a bouquet of pickles.
You won't know the game has ended. That's what I'm saying.
So there's the fish.
There's the fish.
Wow.
And
he looks mean. He looks kind of angry.
It's got a really cool, when you see its face, when its head's turned, you can kind of see the front of the face. It's got these things that come out, which make it kind of interesting looking. It's hard to see on these, but anyway.
I know that little finger going around by.
Yeah.
Pointer.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you go. It's kind of become a mystical creature, supposedly protects you and helps you make good business decisions. Voight tells the hustle it's thought to bring wealth and prosperity. There's accounts of arowana leaping out of their tanks to warn of a bad omen. Okay. P.T. Munjul Prima Utama is one of Indonesia's largest exporters of the Asian arowana. The super red is a bright crimson variety, highly desirable to Chinese buyers. They view the color red as a representation of vitality and good fortune. They sell about 1,000 of their 7,000 stock of Asian arowana every year, makes them about $3 million every year. That's big. But no, the answer this week, sorry kids, the answer this week.
That was so obvious. We should have said.
Yeah. Well, that was my second guess. Does that count for anything?
Yeah, that was my second guess too.
You guys are good.
Yeah, go figure.
In the year 2020, Amazon added 400,000 employees. They now have a global workforce over 1.1 million.
Well, the pandemic didn't affect them, did it?
Well, of course not.
I don't know. It's pretty amazing.
You know, the restaurants are open again in Rockford. I don't know.
Yay.
But, you know, they're being very careful.
Yeah, you're right.
And we went out last night and the wait time was over an hour unless you had reservations.
We went to Tilt's. They opened up their restaurant and we had no wait time at all. We got right down.
Where was that?
At the Cherryville Mall, the Tilt's arcade.
Oh, well, we weren't there.
It's pretty good. It's worth it. It's worth a check out. So, alrighty, kids, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone today. We've wrapped up our show a little bit late, but that's okay. Super Bowl Sunday next Sunday. We'll take predictions then. All right. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. I've already got my prediction figured out.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, okay, everybody? It's going to be an icky weather weekend. So, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.